What's up everybody, welcome back to another video within the Generative AI tool series, and in this video we'll be talking about Meta's newly released Llama 3.1 405 billion parameters. 405 freaking billion parameters, the biggest open source model up till now, probably the biggest model up till now, it's safe to say that. So the world around large language models has been pacing really fast for like almost a year and a half, but this has been the biggest curveball. A lot of models out there are still on 40B, 50B, 70B, but 405 billion parameters is a huge jump. So kudos to Meta for putting it out in open source and just giving it away to the people, and it's pretty amazing. So they released three models. So they released a lightweight model, which is like 8B with better quality of responses. Obviously, it is a rival to Gemini 1.5 Flash and Mistral's Nemo and GPT-4o Mini, which we recently covered. Then we have a mid-range model, which is like 70B. Probably it will be available in quantized format. We'll see. I'll explore some of the tools in this video. And then we have the biggest flagship model, which is 405 billion parameters. So they're calling it the flagship foundation model, driving widest variety of use case. And obviously, 405 billion is a huge stretch. So let's learn a bit more about it. So probably they're calling 70B highly performant, cost-effective model. So we'll see, we'll compare the cost in a bit. So we're already aware of, the capabilities. We have multilingual support, we have tool usage, we have complex reasoning, coding assistance, something that we will dive into probably while using VS Code and whatnot. What other stuff do we have? So yeah, we have some of the inference details, but I think you would be more interested in the benchmarks. So in comparison to some of the existing models like Claude 3.5 Sonnet, GPT-4 Omni, so it's on 88.7, and Llama 3.1 is right around the corner with 88.6, obviously with 400 billion parameters. Then we have GPT 3.5 Turbo. It's like leaping behind, but 70B has a higher count than even Claude 3.5 Sonnet, which is kind of great. So in a lot of benchmarking, Llama 3.5 is like almost as near to GPT-4o, which holds the highest rank in generating quality responses. We have covered a lot of videos on Llama 3. I'm going to hook them into the cards. You guys can go and check it out. So in terms of Llama 3, which was released in April, being compared to Llama 3 70B, which was in April, and now we have a neo iteration of 3.1. So 80.9 to 86.0. There's a considerable difference of on average 5 points with with all of these benchmarks. So it's kind of cool, pretty amazing. So if you really want to use Llama 3.1, you can go and check it out on Ollama. So we have done it before. Again, I'm going to hook a video of how we did it previously with Llama 3. You can follow the same process. You already have it available over here. You can download it and sort of use it, but obviously make sure that you have the right specs. So currently 405 billion parameter is not available because I know it's hard to quantize such a huge model, but the available one is obviously 8B and 70B. So 8B is almost like 4.7 GB and 70B is like 40 GB. Still, using 70B is kind of hard. You really need a tight specs for your machine, but you can use 80B locally, even in your VS Code. We have done it before. So pretty simple stuff. So Llama is like one way you can use it. Let's go and check out some of the interesting statistics. So this is like the LLM leaderboard I follow in most of my videos. So in quality, we still have GPT-4o at the top, but the landscape has shifted. We have Llama 3.1 405 billion parameters, just trailing behind. And in the output speed, token per second, Llama 3.18B is sort of right there at the top. And we see Llama in most of the places. It wasn't there like just a week back. So let's go here, and here we have, for example, in context window, both have the same amount, 128K, and in quality, they have the same score, 100. And pricing, there's a difference of like 50 cents, and output speed, GPT-4o is like still, at a very high rate. 3.1 is on 31.6. Pretty cool stuff, right? So Llama 3.1 is really shaking and shaping up the LLM landscape. It's right there with the top models, and this is not the last of Meta. I heard they're refining this model for voice-enabled features and would love to play around with it. So let's go ahead and sort of play around with all these three models. So I have 405B, 70B, and 8B lined up. Let's ask it to generate some code for us. So the very first thing I'm going to say, generate a Python code for dynamic programming problem of coin change. Let's see. Man, that was fast. That was like in the blink of an eye. 8B. 70B is done, and 405B is still sort of generating. And it's kind of slow. It's taking its time. Let's see. Let's wait for a while. But really impressed by 8B. It was like just like that. Awesome. So obviously 405B is a bigger model, and there's a lot of hardware dependency, so that might be one of the reasons. So these models are also listed on Hugging Chat. For example, 3.1 405B is my default model, and 3.1 70B is also available. I found it a bit glitchy in the Versal's AI playground, and I know there has to be some sort of a hardware constraint because 405B models are not easily quantizable. And I've seen that latency, as you can see, it's taking its time. It's a bit slow in latency, and it's also slower in sort of generating, certain tokens per second when you put it in comparison with GPT-4o. So I found it 8B better than GPT-4o mini, but I still feel like a GPT-4o is better than 405B in some other aspects like latency, or maybe it's just platform specific. Maybe it's just me and my observation. But you guys can see it yourself. In Versal's AI Playground, 405B is still struggling, and in Hugging Chat, it's sort of still taking its time. But obviously, we cannot sort of debate on the fact that 405 billion parameters are actually huge, and they really contribute towards the reasoning of the model and the quality of the response. So some other aspects like latency or output tokens per speed can be compromised, but eyes on the prize, and the eventual prices of having the right kind of answers, having the right quality of the answers, and having the right kind of reasoning when it comes to your questions or your prompts. So yeah, this is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching it. I hope you like this review. I'll be coming up with more videos around Llama 3.1. And yeah, let's build some stuff around it. I'll see you in the next one.